Another referendum isn't just democratic, it's democratically necessary. Have you ever signed a contract and then they wrote the terms of that contract 3 years later? That's literally what happened with Brexit. In 2016, we signed to leave the European Union, but the part about our future relationship with the EU, they left that blank. And nobody could have known what that was going to be because they just spent the last 2 years negotiating it. In 2016, Brexit was 4 words: leave the European Union. Right now, it's a 585-page treaty, which most people who voted for Brexit do not like. Because if you voted to take back control, you're not going to like a deal that means we follow the rules of the EU, but have no say anymore.
That it is not so much the vassal state anymore as the slave state.
And so here we are at the end of the process with pretty much just 2 Brexit options on the table. Now, if you're Parliament, you know you can't vote for a deal that most Brexit voters do not like. You also know you can't vote for no deal because that breaks the promises that were made to us in 2016.
It's perfectly clear what we would do if we voted to leave the European Union. We could move on to have not just a free trade and friendly cooperation arrangement with other European Union countries.
I think it's time to ignore the pessimists and to do a new deal that would be good for Britain and good for Europe too.
If Norway, Iceland and Switzerland can get deals that suit them, we can do something far, far better than that.
And given that people were promised a good deal, Parliament can't vote to turn us into the only major economy in the world that doesn't have a trade deal with its closest neighbours, without at least asking us to make sure that's what people actually want. And what terrifies me the most is that we might end up with a Brexit that nobody wants, leaving both halves of our divided society blaming each other for an entire generation. Because under any version of Brexit, this doesn't just go away. We still have to spend the next 5 years negotiating the actual trade deal, which means a minimum of 5 years more of Brexit being the only thing politicians talk about. And all the issues like the NHS, housing, social care, poverty, they will still continue to take the back seat. Parliament has a democratic obligation to ask the people whether those options are acceptable, because after all, we're the ones who have to live with it.